99% of commissioners or influential people in the sport agree that revenue sharing is going to happen, but none of them can publicly say that. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so I was fortunate to really get our organization built out fast.
Yeah.
You know, when I say our organization, I mean our team. We have about 10 people on our team, and Brandon Copeland's my partner. He played 10 years in the NFL. He's an absolute beast, literally, but also as a businessman. You know, Cope went to Penn, super sharp, made a lot of big moves off the field during his 10-year career, and was the perfect guy to partner with on this. And he's the executive director and CEO of athletes.org. I'm the chairman of the board. And he's been great. We built a great team around him. Dave Sethi from Instagram Sports is our COO. Shaq Rashad, who is one of our top sales guys during my time at Teamworks, played at North Carolina, is on the team. Danielle Tate, who worked with me, is on the team. Sophie Check came over from Vayner Sports. Just a really awesome team. Built that up. We also built out a great board. And the board is very multidimensional. We got folks like Kirk Berger, who's general counsel at the MBPA and just built the union for the G League, and has worked with Kessler, who's the lead attorney on a lot of these cases, including House. We have others like Sandy Barber, who for 40 years was an AD at schools like Notre Dame and Tulane and Cal, and most recently Penn State. Jim Boeheim, who obviously is a Hall of Fame coach. And so by building a 20-person board with athletes, coaches, ADs, PA folks from the pro level, agency executives who understand athletes and representation, we really have great counsel behind our efforts. And Sandy and I work on talking to leaders that we're both close with. In most cases, she's closer with them because she's been in the space so long as a peer of theirs. And we talk to a leader a day, you know? And when I say a leader, an AD, running most of the times a Power 5 program. We've talked to commissioners running Power 5 conferences. We were fortunate to talk to Charlie Baker.
You guys know I love football. And this football season, I've been trying to find a new way to bet on sports. I'm sick of using casinos, the traditional way to do it. And I found the best way to do it, had to tell you guys about it. It's on Cut. Cut is the game-changing social betting platform. Look no further. This is where you gotta be. It's a peer-to-peer betting playground. So put your money where your mouth is. It's time to fire on sports on the best new app. I've been looking for a long time, and I found it. It's on Cut. Use my promo code ADAMB and get a 10% deposit match at cut.com. That's cut.com, K-U-T-T.com. Use my code ADAMB for a 10% deposit match when you deposit money.
We were fortunate to talk to Charlie Baker, who is by far the most proactive out of anyone we've talked to. Yeah. And I talked to him before he put out the proposal. Yeah. The proposal is just evidence of how proactive he's going to be on this, which I love. And so every conversation, I paint the same vision I just went through. Yeah. Athletes on one side. We organize them in an association. We put them into smaller groups called chapters based on their sport and conference. College athletics leaders are on the other side. They're in a mode right now of preservation. They need to leave that mode and get into what I call a council mode and be able to start talking to the athletes that are in chapters in their conference and negotiating the deal of the future. And if we don't do that before the sand timer runs out, sand timer being the House case and the other cases going on, the courts will force not only an employment model, but a model that might not fully take college athletics and how it works into consideration and blow it up, which may not be the worst thing if you're gonna stay in preservation. But if you're gonna leave preservation, we could do a deal that could be Charlie Baker's asset in DC with Congress. Hey, I've got to deal with the athletes where we're sharing revenue with them. We've standardized medical coverage, mental health. We've standardized transfer rules. We standardized coach tampering with NIL. We standardized these things. And we've got this deal signed through athletes.org chapters in these sports and conferences. Now Congress might give you some protection from further litigation. You do the same thing with that deal and go to the courts and try to settle cases. Now you might actually get a settlement. Yeah. So that rant that I just did for you, we present to leaders when we get on a call with them. 100% of them agree. All in. 100%. I've never had one leader say, no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. 100% agree. But none of them will talk about it in a public forum because their general counsel at the conference level or school level won't let them. And once again, I have empathy for that, right? I said it earlier. Yeah. They're worried that if they say the wrong thing publicly, they could get sued or they could get drawn into a current lawsuit as a witness. Yeah. Makes sense, understand, but that fear of liability is why the NCAA didn't set rules for NIL and why we're in the current situation we're in with NIL, which we haven't even talked about yet. So, they all agree.